Hey, what's up? I just got back from the park. I was, you guessed it, doing frisbee. I was practicing by myself, actually working on some hucks because it's a work day and, didn't have anyone to throw with. Alright, so I have a thought I want to record. And I'm not going to say how this came about because it was I was having an annoying conversation with someone where they were kind of just complaining about this and that. And sometimes when someone complains about so much, you just want to say, look, the issue is obviously you. If you have so much negative feedback on XYZ, don't you think you're the common denominator? So, this isn't about them though. I wanted to share something I learned from Jocko Willink. Jocko Willink, retired Navy SEAL, podcaster, business consultant, as in he advises, sorry, I'm trying to find a way to put myself up. He advises companies on how to basically better manage their people. And he uses these theories from the military of responsibility, duty, discipline in order to enact better relationships, enact better results. And he said something which has stuck with me, and it's no one owes you anything. Philo, come here. My dog's riled up. I am too. So he says no one owes you anything. And at one of my previous jobs, I wrote that on a sticky note and I posted it in my cubicle. And I love that. And it's very freeing, actually, to internalize that. So anything you find your friends complaining about, whether it's, oh, I deserve a raise, or I'm so mad at my boss for not giving me something. All right, if your boss said they're going to give you a raise, then yes, they do owe it to you. That's just, being good to your word. But let's say in general, you're just, hanging around at a job. No one owes you anything. You're not owed more money. Let's say you're on a team. Let's say you're on a sports team. And I see this all the time now. Like, now that I'm aware of it, I see it all the time in the frisbee world. People saying, they should have thrown to me. I was open. Or, they should have known that I can huck it. Or, they should have put me on. They should have allowed me to play instead of so-and-so. They should know that I'm good under pressure. Well, whose responsibility is that? Whose responsibility is it to make your coach know that you're good under pressure? Or to make your teammates know that you have a good huck? It's you. No one owes you anything. And I said this to one of the previous teams that I captained, is we had one tournament, Ultimate Frisbee tournament, women's team, where, people were kind of, at a certain point, because it was hot, it was late in the day, people were starting to be a little selfish, and they were not really trying that hard. They were just kind of like not even cheering their teammates on from the sideline, and just making decisions that were more self-focused. Like, oh, I want to throw this a big huck because I worked on my hucks, so I should throw that, regardless of if someone was there to catch it. And I said to them straight up, I was like, it's not about you. Like, no one owes you what you think you're owed, And that, man, like, that just touches on everything. Everything. You go on a date, you have dinner. Let's say your guy, the girl decides she doesn't want to go home with you. Well, don't be upset. She doesn't owe you that. Girls, you go home with him. He doesn't call you back. He doesn't owe you a call back. Like, I just think of all the things that my friends or whoever, people in the world are upset about. And usually they're upset about something where they think they're owed. They think someone owes them. And I have been fortunate to, have been given wisdom from various sources in the past few years and I've taken the advice to just let go of that and not expect people to be a certain way. And one thing that I also see are people expecting friends, like, to owe them things. So, like, okay, if someone calls me their friend, I should treat them like a friend, right? Like, something bad happens, they call me up, I should be there for them. I'd drop something for them. I'd arrange my schedule if they really needed me to. Like, really needed me to. But, like, just because someone's your friend doesn't mean that they owe you all their time, or they don't owe you all their emotional energy, you know? Like, there's such thing as boundaries. So I see that, too. People being like, oh, I thought, you know, we used to be friends, but then he stopped replying to me. Or then he didn't come out to my stuff. I'm like, well, all right, that's fair enough. Maybe you're not friends anymore, but you're mad? You're mad? That's just life. He doesn't owe you his friendship. He doesn't. And, yeah, I mean, since I have felt liberated by internalizing this, I felt very liberated because I'm less angry at people when they don't follow through on my expectations, because at the end of the day, those are my expectations. It's not some golden standard. And if they fall short of them, you know, it's too bad, but that's up to them. No one owes me anything. So, oh yeah, I was saying, I feel very liberated by having sort of internalized this wisdom to a certain extent in the past few years. And I just want to say it to so many people, though. I don't know why I don't say it to more people. I think because it's so basic and so, like, principle level that if someone's just complaining, you know, shooting the breeze, complaining like, oh, my boss should give me a raise, I'm not going to barge in and, like, you know, wrecking ball the conversation with no one owes you anything, you know? But I see it all the time. And, yeah, that's all I gotta say. I hope that this inspires other people to listen to Jocko Willink. I really admire him, and I'm really glad that I got that advice.